Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? That 4-1 feeling, Boston W, Atlanta W, no Dinwiddie, no Daniel Gafford, no problem. Back-to-back games, back-to-back dubs. We feeling great over here. You know it's your boy D and Ed back at you again after another W. And I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. And this episode of Locked On Wizards is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. McDonald's has always been more than just a place to get tasty, affordable food. It's an unofficial community center. A big thank you to our friends at McDonald's for always being there. I'm loving it. So, Ed, Wizards short-handed coming into this game, still pull it out. How you feeling?
Hey, like you said, McDonald's, I'm loving it, man. Another day, another dollar. Another day, another Wizards win, man. 4-1, man. That's how you do it. Like you said, Bradley Beal stepping up and dunking, poster machine on John Collins. That's a statement. That's saying that I'm back. I'm back. Bradley Beal, real deal. Bradley Beal, before the season, he said he wanted to be all NBA. He's playing defense. He's strapping up. Then he did the spin move, post move on Bogdanovich and floored that man. Bogdanovich fell to the floor after Bradley Beal did that spin move. This is what we want to see from Bradley Beal. That's what I'm talking about. He wants that Supermax deal. He wants that big money deal. He wants to be the number one guy on a championship contender team. That's what you do. And that's the Bradley Beal that we know, the all NBA type all-star starter Bradley Beal. That's what we saw tonight. He was crossing guys up. He was unstoppable tonight. This is the way that you got to play. He had another dunk. Him and Trez, man. I can't say enough about Montrezl Harrell. He's just a junkyard dog. Everything is a dunk. The pick and roll with Bradley Beal, Montrez was virtually unstoppable. Every time it was either a dunk by Trez or a tough and one layup from Montrezl Harrell. I mean, another double-double from Montrez. He had, 25 again? Ever since the tweet where he said he has to be better, this guy has just stepped up to the plate and been that. He's been that vocal leader. He's been that vocal leader. I do want to go over his stats real quick. So 25 tonight again and 13 against the Hawks. And the Hawks are a playoff team. So this was a measuring stick without Dinwiddie, without Rui, without Thomas Bryant, without Gaff. Him stepping up four starters and scoring 20 points for the Washington Wizards. That hasn't been done since 2014. We're 4-1. That hasn't been done in a while. I love everything that I'm seeing. KCP stepped up tonight. KCP hit a couple big threes. He was running the floor, getting guys open. Kyle Kuzma once again tonight balling tonight. 21 points from Kuz, 8 boards. KCP 21 points as well. He was one of the guys, 7 for 10 from the field, super efficient. KCP hit 5 threes tonight, 5 for 7 from the field. Wes Unseld Jr. made adjustments. Just when the Hawks were coming back and they were chipping away at the lead, we're like, oh, man, same old Wizards. But nah, Wes Unseld Jr. calls a timeout. We get 4 quick points out of that timeout. And then we basically put the nail in the coffin. That separates the good teams or the great teams from the good teams or playoff teams from non-playoff teams. When you can put a team away, put the nail in the coffin, we smell blood. You can go for the kill and put teams away. That's what the Washington Wizards did tonight. And that's what separated them from last year teams and teams in the past. So I love everything that I saw tonight from Bradley Beal, him stepping up and playing defense. Trez once again. Aaron Holiday played well too. Neto off the bench. Even Bertans hit a couple threes tonight, 3 for 6 from the field. Denny had an off night, but I thought he played hard and hustled. But yeah, Trez just flexing, blocking Trae Young, swatting his shot. We just had a post presence, and a good stat is we only had 6 turnovers tonight. That's one thing we've been harping on. They didn't turn the ball over that much, and we were lights out from the 3-point line tonight. The percentages aren't great, but 13 for 34, 38% from the 3, which is solid. And I thought we kept Trae Young in check for the most part. He didn't go off and drop 30 on us or 40 on us, but this just shows how deep the Wizards are. And this trade, man, the 3 Lakers with Trez, KCP, and Kuzma, these guys have played out of this world, man. They really have. And this trade looks so great. Shout out to Tommy Shepard once again. Wizards are looking like they had the best offseason so far. I know it's only 5 games, but man, this team looks legit, man. And we both, I know we both picked the over on the 34.5. It looks like we're smashing that 34.5 over right now. So I'm loving this team, man. The Wizards, they look good, man. They look good.
Yeah, they look tremendous right now. I mean, another impressive performance. I mean, 4 guys with 20 plus points. Kuzma with 21, Beal with 27. Now my prediction was I say he would drop like 35 or something like that, but I did say that he would have a Bradley Beal type game. And Bradley Beal was cooking today. You know, he was cooking today. Montrezl Harrell, 25 and 13. Dog, a grown man. That slam in the fourth quarter where it was like 2-3 Hawks around him. And he went up with it and slammed it. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe it's 0-1 with Shaq. I didn't know who that was for a second. But Caldwell Pope, I mean, the guy was crazy today. He had the dagger 3 towards the end of the game. He was hot all day. I mean, 5 for 7 from 3, 7 for 10 from the field, 21 points and 8 rebounds. So look at our guards. Bradley Beal with 8 rebounds. Caldwell Pope with 8 rebounds.
Kuzma 8 boards.
Yeah. I mean, you're loving it. You're loving the production on the boards. I mean, 51 rebounds to the Hawks, 43 rebounds. And this is while you're missing a big man in Gafford. You only have one big in Montrezl Harrell. And you can call him undersized as a 5. Honestly, I mean, 14 offensive rebounds to the Hawks, 6 offensive rebounds, dominating the board, getting busy on the boards. I mean, it's just super impressive what the Wizards continue to do. You know, we got Neto back. We dropped Dinwiddie. Daniel Gafford's not back. I mean, wasn't back. He was out as expected. And you got the job done. And that's what winners do. That's what good teams do. Next man up. And like you said, shout out to Tommy Shepard, because this team continues to prove that the depth is a real thing. You know, it wasn't just us on paper saying, oh, this is a nice squad on paper. We're seeing it on the court. We're really seeing it on the court. Trae Young dropped 31 points against the Pelicans. He dropped 15 points tonight on 1 for 5 from the 3. The Hawks shot 29% from the 3. Like I said before in the preseason, the Wizards were bad at defending the 3 for years. And they have consistently this season been very good at defending the 3. So I'm just impressed once again with Wes Unseld Jr., with what he's doing with this team. I'm impressed with just the players, the guys from the Lakers and Kuz, Trez and KCP. I mean, Bradley Beal stepped up too. The guys have all just been playing hard defensively. Bertans hit some nice threes off the bench, a clutch 3 late too. Then Yavdia playing defense, like you said, not the best offensive night, but as long as you keep playing that defense, Aaron Holiday, Raul Neto, all stepping up big, man. And it's just so key, and it's impressive. But before we get into your thoughts on some more about the game, and we do have a message from our friends here at McDonald's. McDonald's has always been more than just a place to get tasty, affordable food. It is an unofficial community center. It's a place where friends and family can come to reconnect, a place where classmates can meet up for a group study knowing they'll have dependable Wi-Fi and the endless supplies of French fries and McFlurries. Win or lose, it's a place where teammates, competitors, the home team, or the away team can come recharge. It's the place you always look forward to stopping at on a long road trip to rest your legs and refuel. I've come to McDonald's after, just resting, a chill day, going to get some fries and some 10-piece nuggets after a ball game, just with some friends. McDonald's is always the go-to spot for me. So head to your local McDonald's to refuel and reconnect. Did somebody say Locked On Wizards Watch Party? I'm loving it. And once again, guys, I would like to thank you for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. So, Ed, what's some more thoughts on this game, man?
So, the 3-point percentage that you brought up, I just looked at the numbers too. The Hawks shot 28% from the 3-point line. So that's a huge improvement right there. I love the way that we rebounded the ball and just the energy tonight. Harrell's energy was contagious. I guess we'll get to some individual performance. You know, we'll talk about Denny, just talk about his development a little bit. I thought he didn't shoot the ball well tonight, but I thought he played hard and he had effort, but he has to make layups. Gotta make your layups. You're 6'9". Do what you did against the Boston Celtics when he had that dunk driving down the baseline. He could have dunked on both those missed layups, in my opinion. He's 6'9". This guy's tall as crap. You got to finish those layups. That's the only thing I have with him. Bradley Beal once again and KCP. Those guys stepped up. Like I said, Davies Bertans hit a big three when we needed it, and actually sat down in the stance and played some defense. Howell Neto was an unsung hero tonight too. Didn't put up big numbers, but the floater towards the end was super, super clutch. The only things that I didn't like was some of the referees with the technical fouls. The tech on Montrezl, like I was so confused on that. I was like, what's going on? Even some techs on the Hawks too were pretty questionable too. I think there was a tech on either DeAndre Hunter or John Collins or Trae Young that I thought was pretty questionable. And if you listen to the broadcast, I think they said that Drew Gooden was saying that it's $2,000 per technical foul. So didn't know that, but that's ridiculous too. And shout out to the cameraman, whoever that cameraman was under the rim. They were getting trampled. There was a miss and one call in the beginning of the game on Trez where he got pushed and he still finished the layup. I thought they missed that call. There was another call, a goal where I thought Kuzma made a layup, but it got goaltended. They didn't call that. So those are the only troubles that I had. But other than that, I thought it was a great night. 122 to 111. Kuzma played 40 minutes. Guys stepped up and played big minutes. Bradley Beal played 38. But it just shows that, Bradley Beal, he can have, once again, he didn't have off night tonight. This was one of his better nights, but other guys can step up. Guys can rest if they need to. Dinwiddie, if he needs to rest on back-to-backs, he can actually do that, and other guys can step up. Gafford is listed as day-to-day, so that's good news on the MRI. So he should be back sooner than later. That's great, but they did give an update on Rui. I saw that, he's still lifting and working out. So the rotation is still going to be interesting. We saw Thomas Bryant cheering on the bench too. So I'm intrigued to see those guys come back. But, yeah, the question is Kuzma going to continue to start? He has to start. There's just no way taking him out that lineup the way he's playing tonight. He has some big, strong buckets. The matchup that he had against John Collins, I thought he dominated that matchup every time. John Collins had a great game too. John Collins was 14 for 16 from the field and had 28 points and 12 boards. So John Collins was balling. He really was. But when Kuzma had his opportunities, 21 points, 8 for 17, he was playing that point forward position at times too, where he was bringing the ball up, he was directing guys and making good passes. I love what I saw from Kuzma, and he really can be a most improved player candidate. Seriously, he seriously can. Kind of like how Brandon Ingram got it a couple of years ago, was a candidate for it. If Kuzma keeps it up, man, keeps boarding and shooting the ball well, I don't see why he should not be top 5 in most improved votes. Once again, KCP was, he was an X Factor tonight. We can definitely go over our players of the game and X Factor later on. But, that's what I got from the team. And once again, Wes Unseld Jr., 4-1 since, I want to say 2017, said in his press conference, we don't want to get too excited about that. We want to stay calm. So we got to stay humble. We got some more tough games ahead of us. So, we're staying humble and putting our heads down and going to work.
Yeah, and to look on some things that I complained about yesterday, the Wizards missed about 8 free throws, I believe, yesterday against the Celtics. They only missed 4 today. They went 81% from the free throw line. I know Kuz missed 2 big ones late. They had about, 15 turnovers, I believe, 15 or 14 against the Celtics yesterday. They only had 6 today. So improvement from the free throw line, improvement with turning the ball over less. And, I mean, it's just so impressive to see the team playing as a unit. And when you talk about Rui Hachimura coming back, at first it was definitely, Rui's the for sure starter. Now I'm looking at Wizards being 4-1. You know the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
I mean, so that's a whole nother thing when we get to when Rui's coming back and when Thomas Bryant is coming back. Though that's just something they're going to have to figure out within themselves. But at this point, I definitely think Kyle Kuzma, man, his impact, not that he puts up crazy offensive numbers, etc., but his defensive impact, his energy, etc., and just the chemistry that the starting lineup seems to have, you don't want to mess that up just because, this certain player's here and he was always the starter, etc. So no matter what, unless you're talking about like a superstar, like no matter what, he's coming back to start. And that's another thing about depth and what it creates on the team, competition. And that's always good. It keeps guys from getting complacent. You don't have guys with the mindset of, oh, I'm the starter automatically, unless you're Bradley Beal or Spencer Dinwiddie, obviously. But you don't have the mindset of, oh, I'm the starter regardless. My spot is secured. You get depth, guys start playing well. It makes you want to play better because you want to be the starter. You want to have those minutes as well. So good depth on the team creates good competition on the team, healthy competition on the team. And that's what the Wizards have created here. Now you look at a good Hawks team. We talked about the Hawks depth. And the Wizards just, Kevin Huerter, 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from the 3. And he's a guy who's hit the Wizards up from 3 before in the past. Lou Williams, 5 points, 2 for 4 from the field. Now, I know he only got 8 minutes, but Lou Williams in the past easily is a guy who can drop 20 plus on the Wizards.
Yeah, Lemon Pepper Lou, he had that crazy and one. It was like a circus and one.
Yeah, you got Bogdanovich, 6 for 11 from the field, but only 1 for 4 from 3. I mean, I know John Collins ate the Wizards up, and that's kind of expected, especially with the lack of size down there, with Gafford not being there. So it's no surprise that John Collins ate the Wizards up a little bit. But, I mean, not allowing the Hawks to get hot and go crazy from 3, which they can do. You only gave up 1 3 to Gallinari, who's another guy who can kill you from 3. Cam Reddish, only 1 for 5 from 3. Another guy that can get hot from 3 if you let him. I mean, all around, just what I'm seeing from the Wizards is consistency, and I'm finding an identity. And that's what I talked about earlier. The Wizards creating their identity, man. What team do you want to be? And it seems like they're one of those scrappy teams, that defend and play good defense and defend the 3. They're not going to let you get open shots, get easy open shots, and let you get hot. It's going to be a fight, man. A fight to the end, and they're going to be a scrappy team. And that's what we love to see. Now, before we get into some other things, Ed, I do have a message from our friends at Built Bar. Did you know that Built Bar has so many delicious flavors? There is something for everyone. When you talk to a Built Bar fan, they're definitely passionate about their faves. If you don't know the Built Bar flavors, well, you're missing out. Coconut, cherry barcia, raspberry, mint brownie, double chocolate, salted caramel, strawberry, orange, cookies and cream, German chocolate. Know what my favorite flavor is? It's salted caramel for sure. If you haven't tried all the flavors, you can get a mixed box where you'll get 2 of each of the 9 flavors. Not only are Built Bar flavors the best tasting, but they're healthy too. Check out the macros: 17 to 18 grams of protein, calories range from 130 to 180, only 4 to 5 grams of sugar, and only 4 to 5 grams net carbs. Amazing flavors, all tasty, all healthy. Order today and get the grasshopper cookie or raspberry or whatever you like. Built Bar is also the official protein bar of the U.S. track and field team. You can go to built.com and use promo code LOCK15. You'll get 15% off your order. You can use promo code LOCK15 for 15% off at built.com. We also have a message from our friends at BetOnline. We're back and better than ever. A new web interface for the start of the basketball season and more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your number one spot for all the basketball and football action this season. Head to our new updated desktop or mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code LOCKEDON to receive your bonus. From basketball, football, baseball, postseason, NHL, boxing, and UFC, right to your Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. So, Ed, I mean, what else did you see that, piqued your interest in this game? I know it's a lot of things.
I mean, before we get into our X Factor and player of the game, and then I guess, we do play the Celtics on Saturday, so we'll do a quick preview since we just played them. We get to see them again. So I know they're going to do the story about St. Louis and Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum when they just did it. But what stood out to me was the physical play in the paint, because the Hawks, they have Clint Capella, who's a super athletic big. Like Trae Young and him, they try to do so many lobs to Capella and John Collins. They had at least 4 or 5 lobs this game, which we knew was coming because they're both super athletic. Not only that, they have Gorgie Jang, he's a legitimate big. He's one of the better backup bigs in the league. He's averaging like 5 and 7, which is good backup numbers for a backup. But for us to basically rebound with them or out rebound them, I do want to look at the rebound numbers. That was the concern. Montrezl Harrell is only 6'7", He's an undersized big. Kuzma's taller than him. He's 6'10". So for us to contend with them and win the rebound battle, we won the rebound battle tonight, 51-43 against a Clint Capella who's 6'11", who can jump out of the gym 7 feet. John Collins, who can jump out of the gym. And like I said, Gorgie Jane. And then also a play that stood out for me from Bradley Beal. It wasn't the one where he was mixing guys and cooking Herter and cooking Bogdanovich and cooking Gallinari, guys like that. It was the play where he was guarding Gorgie Jang in the post. Gorgie Jang had deep post position. And you know what? Bradley Beal ended up almost blocking Gorgie Jang, and he tipped it out. We got the rebound when he went down. And I want to say we scored on the possession where last year Bradley Beal probably would have just let Gorgie Jang just score an easy basket in the post. And that's the thing. It could go into Wes Unseld Jr. just preaching this defensive mindset in the guys. I'm going to just give it to Wes and Brad. And Brad saying that he does want to make an all-defensive team. That's a goal to set. I don't know if it will happen, but you got to have some type of goal. So I love that Bradley Beal said that. But that's what stood out to me other than just that poster on John Collins. And to get to my player of the game, I'm going to go with Trez again, man. Montrezl Harrell was the player of the game again. Back-to-back player of the game. Back-to-back double-doubles, man. And actually, for me, this one's I'm going to go with KCP. I think he was an unsung hero tonight. For him to go 5 for 7 from the three-point line and just be super efficient and just be he's like a track star. He's just running back and forth. He runs the floor at a high pace. He's an ultimate teammate. He'll pass the ball. He just does all the dirty work that you want him to do. Like I said, it's not flashy. He almost had a nasty putback dunk. That would have took the Capital One Arena would have went crazy if he would have put that in there, dunked the ball like that. But he was my X factor tonight.
Player of the game for me, I'm going to go with KCP. I mean, he was active from the tip-off and to the very end where he hit the dagger. I mean, just very impressive. Like you brought up, almost the dunk, almost the putback dunk. The guy's been incredible. He was incredible this game. He's been an incredible veteran trade piece that the Wizards brought in. And as you spoke about with Bradley Beal, the defense on Dang, I mean, DeJang, it's impressive. And I think that's a testament to the players buying into what Wes Unseld was pitching to them. And you have guys like Bradley Beal buying in, Montrezl Harrell being the vocal leader on the team buying in, and getting everybody else to buy in. We've seen things like Bertans playing defense when his shot isn't playing well. He's playing noticeably decent defense to where the point where we're like, yeah, the shot's not going down, but at least Bertans is affecting shots and, getting his body in the way. As in last year, it's like, he's not making shots. He doesn't play any defense. What is he on the court for? Just that switch from just last season to this season is just a testament to, once again, Wes Unseld Jr. for getting these guys to buy in. But player of the game, like I said, KCP. The X factor, I will definitely go with Montrezl Harrell. I mean, just extra duty today with no DG. The guy's a beast, man. And I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat the same thing. I call him just Montrez, a grown man Harrell, because he's a grown man and he shows that every single game. And I love a guy who doesn't just talk about it. He is about it. And Montrezl Harrell, he tweeted it out that he got to play better. He's backed it up ever since. And you can do nothing but respect a guy who backs up his words. Actions speak louder than words, man. Fact. For sure. And he's done that.
Yeah. I mean, he said he dang near had a year off in LA. Like, this man is angry and he plays like it. And you see him getting the crowd hype. DC's going to love Trez, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of Montrez jerseys by, I'm going to say, Christmas time. Black Friday, if there's a sale, I'm definitely going to get a Trez jersey. Definitely. I know a lot of people are going to have some Trez jerseys in Capital One Arena. So I'm loving his energy. This man, he's the heart and the soul. He's the heart and soul of this team. He seriously is right now. And he definitely could be Sixth Man of the Year easily once again.
Yeah, 100%. And as far as the Celtics game Saturday, what are some things you're looking for?
Basically what we did the other night. Now, I know they're going to make adjustments because I think Ime Udoka is going to be a good coach. So this is going to be a chess match once again of the first year head coaches. Jason Tatum's going to be upset. He didn't shoot the ball well. And it wasn't just because he had an off night. The Wizards forced him. into having an off night. He did miss a couple of open threes, but I thought the Wizards actually forced him to not play well. Same thing with Jaylen Brown. Dennis Schroeder had a good game. Can't let that happen again. Dinwiddie most likely will be playing on Saturday night. They play at 5 o'clock, if you guys didn't know. So I'm looking for Dinwiddie to step up. Montrez. I don't know if Gaff is going to be back or not. If not, it is what it is. Trez just going to have to play big minutes. He's going to have to, play the whole game again, 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe even over 40. Al Horford had a good game. Got to step up and stop him. They got a good roster. They really do have a good roster. So I'm looking for Bradley Beal to have a better game. And we won that game with Bradley Beal not shooting well. So imagine Bradley Beal shooting well against the Celtics. I thought we dominated the Celtics for the most part. I think we had the lead for the most part. It was one of those games where it's just like, we had the lead for the most part. And then the Celtics, they chipped into the lead, and then we just had to put them away. So it basically kind of was similar games. Of course, we weren't up by 20 against the Celtics, but we had a double-digit lead for the majority of the game. So once again, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, we're going to have to throw Denny at him. I thought Kispert had some good defensive moments at times tonight. I liked his effort, but to get to Denny again, because I know a lot of people are watching from Israeli, just play with confidence. Take your time on the layups. You need to dunk those layups. You need to finish. And it was just an off night, but like I said, Denny's doing other things than just shooting the ball. So looking for Dinwiddie to dominate that matchup against Schroeder again.
Yeah, and I mean, when I'm looking at the stats right now, 1 for 4 from the 3 for Brown, 1 for 8 from Tatum. I want to see things like that again. Now, Dennis Schroeder had a really good game off the bench. He dropped 22, 4 for 6 from 3. You kind of want to calm him down off the bench. But I want to see, like I said, I want to see Denny being a menace on defense again. And you can look at it like you just said. Bradley Beal had a very off shooting day. And they didn't have Daniel Gafford for the second half of that game. So if DG does happen to play, because Neto had a contusion too, and he missed one game and he was back the next game. And so DG, got some time, maybe missed one game, maybe he's back this game. So if that's the case, then that's even better. But less turnovers, continue to keep the turnovers down like you did today. Make your free throws, like you did today for the most part. And just continue to defend the 3-point line and get in guys' face and be scrappy, man. And you can get the job done. You can get the job done against the Boston Celtics. I mean, I want to see 5-1. It's cool being humble and, maybe we'll get this and maybe y'all keep winning. I want more now. You can't just take it away from me. I want 5-1.
I'm really starting to get bullish on this team, and I was, my prediction honestly was 41-41, and we were going to be in the play-in. But just being a Wizards fan, I'm just scarred from getting my hopes up. But this team, they look like they're rolling all cylinders, and they can be better than just a play-in game. And if we get a 6th seed or even a 5th seed, and say we play against the Knicks in the first round or even the Hawks. Who knows what can happen, man? So I'm loving the energy of this team, and we're built for a team that is going to have at least over 40. I got us getting over 43 wins right now. Just looking at the roster and the depth, because like we keep saying, if somebody's out, somebody else is stepping up. It's not like, oh man, Spencer Dinwiddie's out. Oh man, we're going to lose. Or Gafford's out. Oh man, we're going to. It's like, nah, Harrell's going to step up. Neto's going to step up. Aaron Holiday had good minutes tonight. So that's what you need in the regular season to push you to get to 45 wins, to get to 47, possibly maybe even 50 wins, something we haven't done since 1979. So I'm starting to get bullish on this team. I really am.
100%, man. Guys, Ed just said it best, so I'm going to end it off here. And I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. Now, I want you guys to make your second listen, Locked On Fantasy Basketball with Josh Lloyd. He hosts the #1 daily fantasy basketball show on the planet. It's free and available on all platforms. And Ed, we got to end it off with the dub, baby. 4-1.
All right, hell to the Wizards, y'all.